And welcome to the Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast.
Hi, welcome back, everyone, for another fun-filled edition of our SEO podcast.
This is pretty cool. We're right here in front of the eWebStyle logo. We've got this nice, look at this fancy red. I'm sorry, you got the gray chair. I got the fancy red chair.
This spiffy Swedish spine furniture.
You are right. Also known as cheap IKEA furniture. Thank you guys so much. Remember, you guys are listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. Let's just get a lot of stuff out of the way. We got to be very mindful of our Gino time limit. We got a lot to cover today, so I'm pretty excited. There's some really good information. First off, our last podcast, you want to go back and listen to that. Actually, our last two podcasts were interviews with Ken Roberts. I don't know if you had a chance to go back and listen to those, but they're pretty good. Some good information.
I haven't been through the first half of the first one.
Yeah, okay. Well, we missed you. We'll leave it at that. But there was some great information. Ken was really forthcoming with a lot of really good insights and interesting. You know, everything with regard to Google is really opinion, right? Unless you work at Google, unless we had a Google badge on. Although Google did call me this week.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
We'll be covering that in a little bit. It's kind of cool when Google calls.
Yeah, I thought it was garbage. He called earlier in the day, and I was like,
"That's
yeah,
gonna be
right."
Yeah. Actually,
you called me from Google.
Yeah,
shut up.
What? Did we do something wrong?
Get my links back.
So go back and listen to that podcast. Ken is really good at what he does and provided some great information. And a while back we had somebody requested some interviews, so we're we take listener requests, as certainly David Bowie would attest to. So go back, Darren. I'm sorry, Darren and his brother David. David's not as interested as Darren is. Hi, Darren. You can stalk us. We like it when you stalk us. You can stalk us by following us on Twitter. We actually tweet the beginning of this podcast so that you can catch it live on video. I don't think I mentioned it yet. This podcast is being broadcast live, the video of it, video and audio, and we do that every Friday at 9:15 Central Standard Time. We actually got started on time today. That's awesome. So we tweet that we're about to start, so that'll, if you follow us, then, you can actually be made aware that we're about to start. Twitter.com/eWebStyle is the link for that. You can also find us on Facebook. The easiest way to find us on Facebook is ewebstyle.com/Facebook. That'll take you immediately to our Facebook page. To find where we're streaming this video, go to ewebstyle.com/Ustream, and then we cut up these videos and put them on YouTube. So it's kind of they're limited to 10 minutes. It's kind of highlights that you can go see, and you can find that at ewebstyle.com/YouTube. I'm going to throw one more thing in here. We've talked a number of podcasts about the great testimonials that we're getting and the great reviews that we're getting on iTunes. We're going to ask you if you get anything valuable out of our podcast, and I'm not only talking to you, Darren. Please do us a favor. Our podcasts are actually hosted on Podomatic. So if you were to go to ewebstyle, there's no www. So ewebstyle.podomatic.com. That'll take you to our podcast page on Podomatic. On there, you can do two things that would be really helpful to us. One, you can add yourself as a friend, so I'm sure you're going to have to create an account. Just get in there, create an account. I'm sure it's a simple process. And add us as a friend, and then also become a follower. You'll be really helping us out. We're happy to help you, and if you become a friend or follower, send us a message, and we'll give you a little link love. We'll give a shout out on this internationally recognized podcast and videocast. I think that's it. Wow. Certainly we have not exceeded the Gino time limit on that one.
Probably, but it's all right.
Probably anyway. He's just, okay, Gino, you can stop fast forwarding now.
Oh, he's already tuned out.
Yeah. So let's see. We've got a number of things. I thought that this was great. I had to bring this up. We talk about, there is value in posting information on other blogs, and we talk about other blogs, any sort of forums, any place that you can open up a dialogue. You can actually put information there typically and turn around and have it linked back to you, and that's a good thing to do. There's value in that. We actually do that. Here's what's not to do, right? Because this is just, if it's a blog, and here's what I think happens. I think there's a lot of blogs out there or forums where they don't check anything. They're like, oh, somebody was interested in our website. Boom, we approve it. That person gets a backlink. So he's encouraged to run around and keep posting things like this. Hey, great blog, just looking around some website. Seems a pretty nice platform you are using. I am currently using WordPress for a few of my websites, but looking to change one of them over to a platform similar to yours as a trial run. Anything in particular you would recommend about ours, which is WordPress? I use WordPress. I really like your platform. What's nice about your platform? Well, what's nice about it is it's the same damn platform that you're using.
Yeah.
And I certainly did not approve that message onto our blog. So just crazy, stupid stuff.
Nice robot.
Let's see what else we got out. A little bit of news. You've probably heard, been following this a little bit, Paul. Google pulled out of China.
Out of China, yeah, like yesterday.
I don't know. Would you clap? Are we excited?
Well, nobody's actually listening to this in China because we would have got banned about 6 months ago. We would have got banned about a year and a half ago had we been listening. People have been listening to this in China. So I did see that. People in China. I did see people in China will still be able to use it. It's just going to be hard as hell for them to actually get to it.
They have to do like multiple proxies or something,
which is kind of weird, man. And then China starts bashing Google. I'm like,
Well, what's funny though? The article that I read said Google pulls out of China, and China has like a media statement about is immediately censoring the fact that Google's leaving China.
So we're not going to mention it.
Maybe they made another website that looks exactly like Google, is the Chinese search engine, and so when you type google.com, it just sends you over to the Chinese.
It goes to Chugal.
It goes to Chugal. Oh man. So and some of the party line was that we should be telling Google not to go or whatever, and then ultimately China doesn't really care. Apparently that's what that's all about.
Yeah, they don't really care. I read this thing that these Chinese bloggers were saying, the Chinese government's never really, and they'll probably send somebody to my house for saying this, but the Chinese government's never really followed their own constitution. That's what they were saying. So why are people making a big stink about it? They've never followed their own constitution. Why are we expecting them to now? And I was like, that's a pretty powerful statement.
They actually could knock on your door because they probably own your place.
Yeah, really though. Really though. And the dude that probably wrote that, he's probably dead.
Did I just laugh at that? That was probably
true though.
Inappropriate.
It's probably true. So man, that's I followed it and I kind of had to stop following because I was like, all right, what's going on? They go pulling, they're staying. Google in China, and then I tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna be next year. They're gonna come together. On it, when rappers beef, and Louis Farrakhan always brings them together later. They donate money to charity. So next year, look for a rap video from Google and China with Al Sharpton bringing them together and donate money to the some charity. At least that's what happens in the hip hop community.
So are we looking for a Chinese Al Sharpton or a Chinese technological
Chinese Al Sharpton, bringing these people together?
Making money at the same time. He gets a cameo in the video.
There you go.
Wow, that's a Geno infringement. I loved it though. I like that. So this was an interesting article. We talk about this all the time, and I had to click on it. I don't remember what website it was, CNN Tech or something, and it said content is king with websites. And it's really interesting to see that like on the front technology page of any sort of publication, because that's something we say all the time. I just wanted to make sure they weren't quoting us.
Yeah.
Or that they quoted us and, they gave us proper credit. And it did have something pretty interesting in its statistic. I don't know how they came up with the statistic. I don't doubt it. I think it actually makes sense. And it says that content-driven websites receive 73% more traffic than transactional websites.
Transactional website meaning like
Amazon.
e-commerce? Oh, okay.
So
based on the transaction. I got you.
My kind of thinking about this is that Wikipedia gets 73% more traffic than Amazon. They're both